INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Thank you so much for tuning in to INC Radio New York. I'm Sister Mika Jamalas, and I'll be your host for today's episode. And with me today is Sister Abby and Brother Lance. Good morning, Sister Abby and Brother Lance. How are you doing?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Sister Mika and Brother Lance. I am doing well on this lovely Saturday. It's now cooler, and I'm enjoying like the fall-like weather. How about you, Brother Lance? How are you doing this morning?
Yes, it is doing well in here in Rochester. It is also getting kind of cold up here. At night it's starting to get in the 50s, so I think we're gonna have a much colder winter this year, since it's usually a telltale sign for us. If it gets cold earlier in the year, then the winter will come earlier also. So I am not looking forward to winter this year.
Well, I love it. Fall is my favorite season, so the fact that it's getting cooler now, I'm so excited to bring out my sweaters and my light jackets. And I hope that everyone else is excited too. But that is neither here nor there. Although wherever you are tuning in, I hope that the weather is treating you well. But yeah, so today our topic is about music, right? So music has a way to transport us through time, right? So when we hear a certain song, it can unlock memories. The phrase takes me back. It takes you back, it stirs up deep emotions and it reminds us of moments that we may have thought that we've already forgotten. The word nostalgia, right? That always comes up when it comes to music. It's because, like from like I guess childhood nursery rhymes or a song playing during like a life altering event. That's why in special events they have like specific music. Music pretty much becomes the soundtrack of our lives. So today on INCRadio New York, we're going to be talking about what songs have stuck with us throughout our lives and why. Okay, so we hope that you join us in our discussion on our YouTube live chat. Please let us know what kind of songs have stuck with you throughout the years, and like what memories accompany it, right? So like let's say your favorite song was played during your wedding, or something like that, or it was playing when you got engaged or when you met your best friend for the first time, and all of that, right? So please make sure, we would love to see those memories and those songs on our YouTube live chat starting right now. All right. So for those of us here, right, what are some songs or melodies that kind of take you back to a specific moment in your life without, being too specific on the song, not the memory?
I mean, there are some songs that like playground rhymes that we would sing, and like it's kind of amazing and it just brings me back to like when I was in elementary school and we were like playing like these hand games or whatnot, and like that's how you made friends. That's how you I just remember playing on the playground when someone starts saying like these nursery rhymes or these hand games and whatnot, and who you're playing with, and it's like again, like when you talk to other people like across the world or across the country, they also have these nursery rhymes or hand games, and you're like, how we didn't have technology that like internet back then. So how did we learn all these things? So it's kind of interesting on a different topic, but yeah.
How about you, Brother Lance?
Yeah, I think for me is the 60s to 80s era of music because it's what the older folks used to play back in the day, especially my parents and like my grandparents would blast that early in the morning on like a Saturday or Sunday morning, right? When it's the weekend time or like early in the morning when it's the summertime, you did start hearing that. It's even like most of your uncles and your aunties probably sings in your karaoke's nowadays. So like that really brings back memories because it's like when I was growing up, that was like the songs that they would play, and I guess early 2000 music also, like the
Mm.
early 2000 boy bands. Uh, if, well, for the younger generations, you might not understand, but in the early eras of 2000, there was a bunch of boy bands, and I think that was like us growing up, we would imitate them and like try to sing the songs, like especially my cousins and I. And I think I had one album with a video back then, and video back then wasn't very common like YouTube nowadays. So if you had a record of it, you would play over and over again and try to like sing along with it. So I think those are the kind of music that brings back memories for me.
I have a lot. So, I mean, I grew up in the Philippines. So after school, I grew up watching anime, right? So, after school, you would hear like we would always rush back home because the the intro song to the anime starts playing, and every time, so I sometimes I would like look up these songs on YouTube, and it really brings me back. I remember like rushing home, making sure that I'm already in front of the TV because back then we didn't have um, like internet. When I was younger, we didn't have internet, and in order to catch your favorite show, you had to be there on time, waiting, right? So, yeah, no, we had to make sure that we were there in front of the TV to catch it, and then afterwards maybe you'll play with your friends and all of that, and then you'll hear the intro music to the news, and you know that it's probably like 6 or 7 o'clock at night, or like 6 o'clock, and you have to come back for dinner soon, right? And then it'll be um the intro music to like a telenovela, right? And then that's how you know it's dinner time. So, like those kinds of music growing up, um, it really does take you back, right? And those are some, simple times, right? Good times. We didn't have internet like we do now, but it was still very enjoyable because, we were kids and we were growing up, and life was much simpler. The
Yeah,
biggest,
the mix. Yeah, I remember those days because I think it's around 5 p.m. when they start playing the animes. So usually we would play outside, right? And you have to drop your bike right away and get home because my cousin's house is about like 2 minutes walk away from the park from where we play and to their house. So immediately if you start, the 5 o'clock p.m. you have to head home. Especially there's a bunch of series back in the day that was dubbed in Tagalog or in the Filipino language, and there's no DVR or as mentioned by Atimix internet back in the day. So if you miss that episode, you miss that episode forever. There's no way of like being able to replay that episode. So you really had to like be on the dot in terms of getting home.
yeah, that's right. And then going back even more to like when I was maybe like a little kid, those songs that they would play, or like that your parents or your relatives would sing to like make you fall asleep, right? Even now it still makes me fall asleep. It's so like they play it and I'm like knocked out. So there's those types of music as well. And yeah, like Brother Lance mentioned, early 2000s music. I don't know, it was a different time. They don't make songs like that anymore, literally, and like melodically, like I don't know, it just Maybe it's because it was a time of our lives where I don't know, like we were at that age, we were like very passionate about everything, so it really stuck with you. I don't know. I was a teenager, so
Yeah, there's a certain genre of music during the 2000s time for me. I was I guess, an emo teenager.
right, right, like emo punk, like alternative, like it was very prevalent in like the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
And I remember that, like mid to late 2000s, and that's what we would always be playing.
You're either on one of the side. You're either on the pop side or the emo side of music.
Definitely on the emo punk rock side.
Yeah. And then, like younger, I was, we did road trips with my family to Chicago where I have family. And there was like a certain, we didn't have, streaming music apps. So you had a tape or, yeah, I guess a cassette tape. And for those long stretch in Pennsylvania, this one song that I kept on playing and playing, and you really know where on the track you are on the cassette tape. So certain songs bring back memories of like road trips for me.
I never really went on road trips when I was younger, so I can't relate. But definitely the whole going home, and like once the news starts playing, uh, yeah. Anyway, sorry. What else? I'm trying to think.
But like since as much as you appreciate the streaming services now for music, the kids don't understand how you have to burn your own CD back in the day and burn your own MP3. And if you're like, especially like you mentioned my auntie Abby, if you're making a long road trip, if you're stuck with like there's 6 CD changers back in the day in certain cars, but that's like luxury car. Like you only get one CD at most. So like at most you try to fit as much file in that one CD
Mm-hmm.
capacity. If you buy a regular CD, at most what it holds like 10 songs, I think, or
I
maybe
think
14 tops.
10 to 12.
Yeah,
It depends on how many, like the length of the song, the size of the file.
yeah. So the younger kids probably don't understand this, but if you forget your CD album, you're stuck with that one CD for the rest of your road trip. Just like
That book, that CD book.
yeah. And if you're stuck with that CD album, like it's hard to get radio signals also.
Mm-hmm.
So you're really just kind of like playing that one CD throughout the whole road trip. So you better bring that CD album, or you're gonna be playing one album for the whole 6 or maybe 5 hour road trip throughout your day.
That's right. Yeah. So to our brethren tuning in, please tell us on our YouTube live chat what song or genre of music take you back or unlocks a memory for you or a core memory from you from the past. Queen Mike Bernal said, "I'm all about 80s new wave and 90s R&B. 90s R&B was something else."
Yes.
Yes, and we love that. Now, so we were talking about playlists, right? Have you ever created a playlist for a season of your life and what genre of songs were on it? Easy, yes, and emo.
I think mine was filled with like different genres of music because I wanted to have a variety, so I don't like, especially if I'm driving. Was I driving back in before the streaming services? Yeah, I was at the when I started driving. I was at the beginning of the stage before CD and live streaming services became a thing because the internet was there, but it's still very costly to use on your phone at that time. So I was still stuck with either an MP3 player or like a CD itself because the cars itself were still built with CDs to play with. So yeah, so I would burn CDs back in the day. And again, I think the CDs are a little bigger in terms of capacity and memory, so you can I think get into like 30 songs at most. I think if you get the bigger file. So I would get music through the internet from my computer, burn it into the CD and convert it, and I would use that for making playlists. It would consist of different variety of songs for me. So it wasn't one single genre because you don't want to be stuck with just one genre and have to flip to a new CD, especially if you're driving. It's very hard to multitask.
Yes, no, that's right. And actually, so some comments on our YouTube live chat have been, coming along. So we're gonna read them. Thank you so much. So hopefully we see any more. We see more comments. All right. So we have Brother Brett Villanati from Rockland. He remembers. I'm not gonna mention the name of the K drama, but pretty much any Korean drama soundtrack, especially around like 2009. I think that's around the time when like K dramas and like K pop was really starting to take off. So yes, that's what I was listening to after my emo punk rock phase. Sister Joyanne says indie rock takes me back to high school. Sister Diane Follett said karaoke love songs, always the go-to. And no, and Sister Riwa says, I can recall most 70s and 80s because music sounded better back then. Um, yes, you know, of course, like music when we were younger and when we're, I don't know, I guess it depends on like what point of our lives we're at. You know, like maybe Sister Riwa's 70s and 80s were our, like 90s and 2000s, right? But yes, they definitely don't make music like those anymore. Sister Perlita Sazon says 60s to 90s are great songs that stay. Classic. Can you believe that songs from early 2000s are considered classic music now?
I know. Like, on the radio, if you listen to like late at night, they have like those way back songs or whatnot. And now they're including like the songs that I listened to during that time. And like there's a certain radio station in Connecticut that is considered the oldies radio station. And then I like turned to it, and it when I was a kid, it was like my parents' music. And then now it's like playing my generation's music, like the pop songs and all that stuff. So you're like, oh yeah, that's like 20 plus 30 plus years now, like 90s and early 2000s. Like,
Yes, right. And it's amazing. So, like for us, members of the Church of Christ, music is also a big part of the church, right? So if you're someone who grew up inside the church, then you most likely attended the children's worship service. And I still remember the hymns um, that we would sing back then. And it's a great point that Kare Valdez pointed out in our YouTube live chat. The spiritual depth of our PNK hymns in the 50s make them unforgettable. Hymns which speak of unwavering love and commitment even in the days of our youth. Yes, actually, just the mention of PNK, because again, I grew up in the Philippines, so we never really called it CWS. CWS, we call it here in America. But PNK, and all of a sudden taken back to like the PNK hymns growing up, and they were so good. I feel like when you're young, like when you're a kid listening to these hymns, but I feel like in your head it kind of just sounds good, right? But as you get older and you go back and you listen to the lyrics, that's when really you realize how amazing these hymns are, right? And I think that's the great thing about the church being so big on music. We have our own original music, right? We have um, uh, playlists on different streaming platforms. We have a YouTube channel for INC original music. Right. Sister Edwina Berzon, music is the international language of many artists. It really is, definitely. Um, so why what are some of your favorite INC original music?
oh, there's this one. It's a pretty popular song. I don't remember the title.
You should sing
But
it for us, Sister Abby.
hmm?
You should
What?
sing it for us.
No.
Yes, yes, yes.
I'm trying to think. Oh, there's this I don't remember the song, but I mean, we there, especially for like in our district, we're having a musical EVM or a musical evangelical mission, and just preparing for it. Like some of the songs, they're like, oh, I didn't know that that was that type of song. Like for I don't want to do spoilers, but there's like certain songs that we performed even in like during our choir day that were like, oh, I didn't even know that they had songs like this. And it's good to like be exposed to and learn how talented the brethren that we have to create and compose these songs. I want to say was it choir day last year that I think it was Belmore's song that they performed, and I was like, oh, that's a really, and it's very
Purified like gold.
modern.
Purified like gold.
Yes, I think that's it. And it's like it's more it's like kind of our genre of music. It's not sad, but I mean the meaning is there, and like you have like I think there was like a spoken word, or I don't want to say
There's
rap
rap.
part. A rap part, and but still like the meaning of the song is really it's there. It's really nice. So
I mean, and that's what's great about INC original music. It's about positive, it has very positive message about how we deal with life, how we deal with our faith, which honestly we need more of. Because all of the music that I feel like are on the radio and on the internet nowadays, they don't condone good things. So if
yeah.
you want to listen to, and a lot of what you hear influences how you think.
Yeah, and then also there's a I think a few I feel like there's like a misconception of like Christian music or our genre of music that's always like I don't want to say gospely. You know, you when you think of Christian music, you think of like the typical
Like choral.
like choral, but
Exactly.
that's what's great about like the INC music that we have. It's not all choral. Like yeah, there are some choral hymns, but there is like uh the most of the genres like there are raps style hymns, there are like pop sounding hymns, there are those indie rock and stuff like that. So there's different genres, but the message of the song is still is still there, the positivity, the one that tries to strengthen your faith and whatnot. So that's what is good to explore on the live YouTube channel for INC Music.
Yes. How about you, Brother Lance? What INC original music or what song?
I don't remember the exact title.
Lance's face that he's really thinking hard.
Yeah, the thing, I don't remember exact titles. I'm very bad at remembering titles. But like with the INC music, we have, as mentioned by Sister Abby, there is different genres. So for any person that likes a certain genre, there's a way for their avenue to listen to. Even when I think growing up, there's like musical like they call this like musical for the children's worship service back in the day where he would go into this contest of not really a contest but like a presentation of certain INC music, and we would go through a different either a different district or like in our district it would be like the different local congregation who would be in competition with each other, and this is a friendly competition. It wasn't like one is better than the other, but it was just a fun like way to remember your childhood. Even back in the day they had INC music already. It wasn't as much in the internet, but it was still being played in uh the the
CD.
channel that we do have in the church. I think it's Net 25 back in the day. I'm not sure if do we still use Net 25. I think it's called something else now. But yeah, it was Net 25 back in the day, and that's a way you were able to listen to the different kinds of INC music back in the day. And I think there's a certain time slot also that they play it or they use it for commercial purposes also in between the different shows that they were showing throughout the day.
Yes, that's right. And part of the reason why we're talking about music, so Sister Abby brought up a good point, right? Um, Christian music or our INC original music isn't just stuff, isn't just one genre. There's different types of music, and that's something that we are going to see this coming August 31st on our musical evangelical mission. The district is preparing many performances for us and for our friends who are not members of the Church of Christ. And again, there are different types, different genres of music. We're going to have choral music. We're going to have like a more acoustic style kind of music. We're going to have contemporary music. So whatever genre of music floats your boat, you'll be able to enjoy it on August 31st. So, please make sure that um, you register now to attend the musical evangelical mission, and of course bring your friends. Let them hear all the great music that we have in the Church of Christ. Yes. Yes, Sister Abby, did you want to say anything?
Oh no, we're good. Sorry. I was just reading some messages and I was like, oh yes, Brother Lance. Yes.
Yes, no, I mean, that's the whole point. That's why we wanted to talk about this. It's really to urge everyone to really support the musical evangelical mission on August 31st. Everyone's working really hard and practicing. So yeah, Sister Joy-Ann, that's right, and Brother Brett. So Brother Brett said, can't wait for the CWS performance. Sister Joy-Ann said, can't wait to appreciate the musical arts next weekend at our FEVM. That's right. It's next week already. So if you haven't registered yet, make sure you register now. Do it right now. Right? But yes, if we are going to listen to something, because again, what we listen to impacts how we think. Right. So if we're going to listen to anything, the best thing to listen to are I'd say original music, music that talks about our faith and that encourages you to, hold on to your membership in the church and to, that no matter what, God is always going to be there for you. And I think those are such great reminders for us to have nowadays. Don't you agree, Sister Abby and Brother Lance?
Yes, very much so.
Yes. So in addition, I guess we should go on to our activities in addition to our musical EVM. They're in Belmar. Sister Joyanne also said that there's an arts and science museum trip that's happening right now. And then tomorrow for Rockland, you'll have basketball and pickleball unity games, I guess, preparation. And some other greetings and shout outs for Kuya Manly's father or dad. Happy birthday, Brother Manuel the Andaya, one of the ministers that is teaching in the SFM or School for Ministers in Sacramento. So happy birthday, Paul. Any other greetings or shout outs that we would like to read?
Yes. Hello to Sister Jennifer Trinidad from California. Thank you so much for tuning in as well. We have happy birthday, po, Sister EJ Usai. And then we have Joel Soriano. Hello po, my dear brethren, watching here from the local of Collingwood, District of Edmonton, Canada. We also have, there was one, Priscilla Batan. Hi po mga kapatids, happy weekend po. Stay safe and God bless po to all. Greetings from District of Rizal. Right, is there anything else?
I think that's
pretty much it.
That's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. That is all for our show today. Actually, we would also like to start promoting our September 6th launch. Right, it's going to be some exciting stuff on that day. So please make sure to tune in. And next week we're going to also talk about music again. So if you are into music, please make sure that you tune in. Okay, make sure you set your alarm 11:30. Right. That is all for our show today. Thank you so much once again to the church administration for allowing us to have a platform to share and speak about amazing topics like music. Don't forget to catch us again next week, Saturday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time or 11:30 p.m. Philippine Time.
And greetings to our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, and our current Deputy Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Aranyo Manalo. And greetings to our INCRadio Station Manager, Brother Wally Taray, and our Executive Producer, Kuya Manley Andaya. To our District Minister, Brother Sharon Don Santos, our Assistant District Minister, Brother Neil Patrick Omelda, our CFO Advisor, Brother Jason Flores, and our District Multimedia Advisor, Brother Christopher Renedo. That brings us to the end of our show. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and have a good night.
Happy 25th anniversary to Albany Extension.
Bye, everybody.